How's it going, everybody? Welcome back to Software Inc., welcome back to Hard Mode, and welcome to another time-lapse. Today, we're going to be building the Nerdrosoft hardware factory, where we are eventually going to be churning out smartphones and consoles, although today, we are mostly going to be focusing on the smartphone side of the business, and then in a future episode, we can turn our attention to consoles and getting those out of the factory as well. Now, when it comes to the design of this building, it is understated. And I'm going to use the word understated because the only comparison I have for this building is the one that I built in the previous Software Inc. series, which was based on sort of old European factories. It's based on a building that I used to work out of a few years ago, and it's based on something I've seen in cities' skylines. This building is considerably more generic, and that is honestly on purpose. I went to Google and I image searched for generic modern factories, and something I noticed a lot of was this sort of two buildings in one thing. This section of the building that has lots of glass walls and is quite open and very modern, very angular, but still quite modern, with offices and meeting rooms and boardrooms and lounges and canteens and all of that stuff in the modern, open, glass-covered end of this factory. And then behind that, or at the other end of the building, you just have a warehouse. And so that's what this is. This building is in two parts. You have one section that's going to house a hardware team. It's going to have 14 designers, 14 programmers, and one leader. It also has their bathrooms, it also has a meeting room, and it also has a lounge on the ground floor as well. And then behind all of that, we have the warehouse itself, where we're going to be both storing everything that we make and also making the things that go into the storage onto the pallets. So we have that sort of two-in-one thing going on with this building. Now, something I did with this place that I actually really enjoyed was I stuck to this very basic color scheme. I wanted black floors that were shiny and polished, and I wanted white walls. And then what I wanted to do was introduce color through the furniture, but I wanted to do it subtly, and I got thinking about what games have done that before, and I thought Mirror's Edge, which, if you haven't played, is a fantastic game. I don't know if my playthrough of the game is still up on the channel, but if it is, you can go check that out. I'll try to remember to link it somewhere. But long story short, Mirror's Edge does just that. Most of the game's environment is shades of black and white and grey, with these beautiful red accents that point out where you can go. And I love that. I think it's such a cool, dramatic way to introduce color into an environment, so that's what I did with this place. Although, in some places I did, admittedly, get a little bit silly with it. For example, the leader's office is it's more dystopian than it is Mirror's Edge-esque. It's a box, it has a desk, a laptop, it has 6 TVs, behind, 3 behind and 3 in front, and it has a red light above the desk. It's a little dystopian, it's a little bit evil, but I kind of love it because it's just so silly and it's so out of place in this building. But hopefully that gives you a bit of an idea of what I was doing with the design of this building. Like I said, it's admittedly nothing to write home about, and I will say, when it's finished, and also when the main Nerdrosoft tower is finished, which they likely will be in the next episode or two, both of the buildings that I've designed will be on the Steam Workshop and available for download. I'll let you know when that is, but for now, let's get into the gameplay. And here we go. We have a park and plaza, or promenade, if you will, and we have a factory, which from this end of things doesn't necessarily look like a factory, but once we go inside, it absolutely will and does look like a factory. Now, what I've decided to do here is go ahead and set up a production line for a smartphone, and not just any standard old smartphone, but if we go into develop software and we go to obviously operating system and then phone, if I add absolutely every single possible feature to this thing, and I do mean absolutely everything to this phone, including 3D rendering, yes, we have 100% expected interest, and yes, we have 229% wasted interest, but we have absolutely everything we would need on an assembly line to make this thing. So essentially, we are doing okay in that particular regard, but we need to design the phone, which is very much what I'd like to do. So let's make sure that this thing is the right type of phone that we're wanting to go for. I think something that is going to essentially be, I want it to be modern. I mean, this thing it's 2009 at the moment. This thing is going to take a few years to get made, so we might as well try and make it something that's, I don't know, gonna be revolutionary, gonna be fantastic, gonna be incredible. So let's make something kind of wide. Let's make something that's not gonna have a bezel. Make something that's kind of tall. It's gonna be a very, very chunky phone. Soft corners are gonna be no. So we are going right to the edges with everything on this. So no bezel, like I said, and bezel thickness, we'll just go like this. It's quite sharp around the edges. I think the back of it currently has a bit of a curve right now, which we can get rid of as much as possible. And I think this looks okay, to be quite honest. I think this is all right. Now for the back of it, I want to make it sort of, I think, red, just to be a little bit different and sort of tie in the red theme that we have through the factory. And the sides can just be white. Or maybe we flip that around so it's got red trim around the sides. I think, honestly, I think this is okay. I think we'll just go for something that looks a bit like this in terms of a smartphone. So that's what the phone's going to look like. It's going to be running on the host. It's going to be source controlled on the source, and it's recommending this price. That's fine. Product name is iPhone. Maybe maybe not. Maybe not on that one. What was didn't they just do Windows Phone for Microsoft? Wasn't that their thing? Didn't they have I'm trying to think of didn't they have Zune? Wasn't that like their mobile thing as well? Oh man, I don't know what to call this. Now looking at it, it's going to take approximately 4 years, probably closer to 5 to actually do this. And at the moment, we're going to need 6 teams working on it, which is, I suppose, totally fine. Although we could project manage this if we really wanted to, which I almost want to do. I think it might not be a bad idea. And it does have a name, by the way. Nerdrasoft Universe, because a universe is bigger than a galaxy, and you can maybe figure out where I'm going with that. But yes, I think a little bit of project management for this could be a good idea. And we'll call it, I guess we call it hardware project management, and then we'll get Dante Cannon that leads our hardware team to work on this. And it's going to be 2D systems, 3D audio hardware, and network for all of this. It's going to be essentially all of the teams, all of the specialities working on this. Secondary dev is irrelevant. Support teams will be support, of course. Marketing will be marketing, of course. The update teams will be the fixers and the other guys, of course. Source is the source. The prototypes in this case, annoyingly, we don't have any. That's a little frustrating, but that's just how it is. Development time, 100%. I'm not extending, well, no, I'm not going to extend development. I'm not going to do it. We'll do updates. We'll update the tech levels, and the update duration is going to have to be like 5 years for this thing. Every 3 months, we'll do an update. In fact, you know what? Every 3 months. We'll do them quarterly. Anything more than that would be crazy. Single IP, it doesn't really need to be. Use own licenses where possible. Post marketing, sure. Handle marketing, sure. And print job copies, I mean, I 200,000, I suppose, for that thing. And that is going to be the hardware thing. So project management, hardware, and Nerdrasoft Universe 1 is in there. It's probably going to take a while to get that going, but in time, Nerdrasoft Universe 1 will go into development. Now, I'm realizing I'm sitting with a factory here, and I have nothing to do with it for probably the next 5 years. Although what I did do is I did put some large product printers in here, so we can use it for that at the very least. It's not really what we built this place for. I'll be honest. We didn't really build this to be, you know, just a bunch of product printers, but it's it's about all we can do right now. So I guess we're kind of stuck with it unless we look at deals, unless there's maybe manufacturing deals coming through. I mean, you want me to make, do I have what you need? I do actually have what you need. Okay, I'll tell you what, let's take this deal. By December, you want 273,000 units. Okay, that seems like a stellar plan that I have right here. So we have this stuff going through, and are we going to end up with like a final product at any point here? I don't know if we can actually do this either. I'm not 100% sure. But, oh, there we go. No, we do actually have products rolling out. So, I mean, I don't know how good my production is. What's my manufacturing, like, limit at the moment? So that's my shipping capacity. I can do, I guess, 360,000 a month. Okay, that's not too bad. So in theory, I should be able to do this no problem. All right. Well, I guess we can take deals like that, and that'll be good for us. But what I was also thinking is I actually want to start taking some contract work, because I've been doing some reading about a couple of things, and apparently, if I do contract work, it'll help to bring my business reputation up in the industry, and then I should have more people more interested in my digital distribution platform. So let's see what we can do. Let's go to contracts. Let's go to, it doesn't really matter what we go for. We'll go for months on this one. And I mean, embedded systems. It needs a system programmer. So, I mean, if we give this to the systems team for that, and we'll give it, you know what? Just give it to everybody. That's probably fine. Just absolutely everybody can work on this, and lead designer can be me. We'll just, we'll just see what happens, right? We'll just see what happens here. Let's accept that work, and let's prioritize it a little bit, and see maybe how that goes once everybody comes back tomorrow. And this is hardware, which I don't really want to do. Websites, I will do. We'll accept that work as well. And let's see if we can't prioritize all of those once everybody comes in tomorrow as well. And so, with just a handful of contracts, we're up to almost 4.5 stars as our business reputation, which admittedly isn't going to necessarily do a whole lot for us. Our tech levels aren't great right now, but if we can continue to increase that reputation, we'll be okay. Now, what we should do is update Vapor to all of the modern tech levels, because it's definitely not there right now. We'll bring all of that up to date, and I guess what we're doing is 2D systems and fixers and other guys as well, but also networking in there. And we have a couple of bugs to fix, and we are also working on another little contract down here, which we have 5 days to do. There's not really any rush on that, but the reason that we're in a kind of important space right now is it's August 2009, which is when Morph 4 is going to be getting released. And then I believe that means that Morph goes into the tools project. I believe, yeah, Morph 3 is in there as a proof of concept right now. So, or as a prototype. So once Morph 4 goes out, it'll also be a prototype software, and then the tools project can take over with Morph development. So very exciting. Although it doesn't seem like Morph is going to be releasing. Oh wait, no, I need to I need to release it. Duh. No wonder it's not releasing automatically. I'm a genius. Let's release this thing. Gonna be no update right away for it, but that's okay. Ooh. Well, that's a bit rough. Morph 4 should have stayed in the last decade. It's magnificent. Brilliance shines through. We might need to market this thing quite a lot. Let's give that marketing team a $100,000 budget. Let's move the Morph marketing to the top right there. Now we have to remember that Morph is if I remember right. Isn't Morph my most popular release ever? Morph 3, yeah. So Morph 4, it is outstanding and it is visionary. We do probably need to update it though. So bring systems and bring 2D up to date on that. And we'll give that to not network. We'll give it to these guys and try and get that done as quickly as possible as well. Probably more important than the Vapor update. And porting this guy into some other operating systems, also a pretty big deal. Support it to those 3, and let's make that a priority over Soundscape, which admittedly we should still be working on, but slowly. I'm hoping it makes money. I'm really hoping Morph 4. I mean, how many units are currently in stock, if any? There better be some. That's not it at all. Release date Morph 4. Let's take a look at you. In stock 150,000. Okay. So hopefully it sells. I mean, it's our most successful thing, Morph 3 ever. I want this to sell. It needs to sell. $3.6 million. Okay. Okay, yeah, I'll take that. So it is looking like it's going to be kind of successful. It just needs a good marketing push, I think, and we'll be all right. Now, let me have a look here. Morph 3 is in here as a concept. Let me get these guys just updated. So the Morph 4 is in there now. And I guess at some point it'll get thrown in there as a project under Morph 5. So that's going to be very exciting. Let's develop you, because that's the game assets contract. And we've got Bucket being updated there. We've got wait, was the Morph? Did I update the wrong thing? I feel like I might have updated the wrong thing. Hold on a second. Morph 4. I might have updated Bucket Green by accident. Yeah, I think something tells me I might have done that. Let's get you updated. We don't need 2D, we need 3D and systems, and source is going to be the source. So let's get that update going. Hopefully as quickly as we can. And hopefully, oh, what do you want? A fixed rate or fire? Hold on a minute. So his demand is interesting. Sure, Barney. I mean, Barney Cole has been has kind of been a staple at the company for a while. He's headed up quite a few projects, so I don't really have too much of a problem with giving a fixed rate to the guy. He's been sort of the visionary behind quite a few things that we've done. Now, interestingly, we just finished the printing job for Sniffer 2, which means it has been brought forward. It's December 2009, so it's going out in just a couple of months, which is very exciting, to be quite honest. I am realizing that these action points for design aren't really building all that quickly, though, which is kind of worrying. So Sophia Coleman, ever so slightly letting us down there. Soundscape is still queued to go into design. But regardless, hopefully Sniffer 2 ends up sniffing out a bit of success. Hopefully. Let's also take a look. Morph 4 million to 8.3 million. Yeah, so Morph is doing all right for itself there. We're making money off of that one. That's beautiful to see. Across the board, we're doing over 10 million in August. Is not bad. Where are we in terms of all companies? We are 3rd. These guys have sort of come out of nowhere. I feel like there's a lot more companies here than there used to be as well. I don't know where these guys came from. 2002. So in what, 7 years with 5 products, they are now worth $606 million. What have they done? They've been doing games. They've been doing games? So with just games, they've managed to... Wow. Okay, interesting. Sorry, that's thrown me off slightly. Just making 5 games has turned them into a $606 million company. That's kind of wild. So we just finished the print job for Roaster Coaster 4, which is now looking to release in April of 2010. So it's been brought forward as well. Commander Stabby Face is currently in its design phase, going into its next phase in April. Once Roaster Coaster 4 goes out, it's aiming for October 2011 for a release on that one. And Hell Fortress 2 is, interestingly, it's queued, and it's waiting, I guess, in alpha, which is interesting, I suppose, as well. I don't hate that. Looking into tools, I mean, these guys need a bit more in their action points for design before anything else kind of moves along here. Hopefully they can figure that out and hopefully things go well. And then looking at hardware, we are actually designing Nerdrasoft Universe 1. It is going to be going into alpha in April 2011, aiming for October 2014 for the release. So it's a ways away. It's 5 years from now that we're planning on releasing this smartphone. But that's probably fine, as long as we can keep taking some contracts here and there. 2 companies canceled their digital distribution deal with me. Yeah, I have been seeing that fall off a little bit. I think we need to bring these tech levels up to date, or we just need to work on a new platform. That would be an option as well. Although we are currently updating Vapor, so maybe we should prioritize that update, because it is going to be a relatively quick one just to bring the tech up to date, and then we can start working on a new version of Vapor. And I might just call it V, to be honest. You know, V is the Roman numeral for 5. It would be Vapor. It would be Vapor 5. So I might just be edgy, and we'll just call it V for, 5. It's that simple. I think it's a good name. I really do think it's a good name. Now, how are we looking on this? We are actually designing Soundscape 3 now, which is kind of a huge deal. Hopefully Morph 4 gets thrown in here at some point, or Morph 5 rather. Sniffer 2 doesn't have that many followers. I'm a little worried about that one. I've got to be honest. I'm a little concerned that Sniffer is going to be a bit of a flop, but we'll see, I guess. We'll see what happens. We'll see if it's any good. Let's have a look at the main building and see what's going on. This, by the way, this was a fun little thing to build. It's so silly. It's not very pretty, but to be fair, I mean, if we just zoom in here, Software Inc. Cat himself seems to approve of my little park/plaza, so I'm kind of here for it. That's pretty great. Anyway, it is December 2009, which means that, the Vapor update's done. Let's get that out there. Let's get the Morph thing going. That means that, Sniffer 2 should be going out any second. Now, let me also just look at my releases and make sure that everything is being printed at the moment, because we do want to make sure that we're not missing anything. That would be kind of a problem. I don't think we are. Morph 4 is already in printing, I think. Let's just make sure that we have a look here. Morph is, 150,000 a month. Bucket Green, start printing. Let's take a look. Bucket Green is here as well. I think everything that we've done recently is absolutely in there and being printed whenever it falls beneath a certain amount of units in stock. So all we really need to do is hope that Sniffer 2 goes out on time. I'll be kind of annoyed if it doesn't, because it's a bit, there it is. It's a piece of antivirus software. I was just about to say that if it doesn't go out on time, that's a problem. Now, it's great. It's ordinary. That's not good. Commander Stabby Face was outstanding and ordinary and barely sold. And this is admittedly, if we look at releases here, Commander Stabby Face is sandwiched between, 37 million, 16 million, and on the other side, 67 and 34 million. So it could have been better. In terms of Sniffer 2, let's look at porting this guy to as much as we possibly can. So we'll go for these guys right here. We have a lot of port jobs going on that are going very, very slowly. And we'll also start printing Sniffer 2 as well. We'll go for 50,000 copies of this one. I don't think we're going to need to go too crazy on it. And I guess we will see if it's any good. I'm not expecting a miracle. It's currently minus $3.1 million, which is going to turn into, I'm assuming still minus 2.5. So it did sort of turn a profit, I guess. I mean, it didn't turn a profit, but it at least made money, and it might work its way out of, not being profitable, but I'm not gonna bank on that. I'm also going to let these guys finish porting Soundscape 2 so we can start getting some of these port jobs out of here to then hopefully speed up some of the other ones, because this Morph update is taking forever. Oh, Barney Cole is coming back with another demand. Employee is free to take employment offers from other companies. I'm gonna have to give him a non-binding contract, which is worrying because the guy's been here working happily for a while, but I guess Barney is no longer satisfied with his work here at Nerdrasoft, which is frustrating. We've just passed $400 million, and the guy's not happy. I'd be thrilled. Barney has led up a whole bunch of the projects that have made us a whole bunch of money. I mean, if we look at releases, oh, Sniffer is actually doing okay. Let's look at the details on Morph 4, for example. Barney Cole was the lead designer. Bucket Green, actually, you know, to be honest, if we just look at profits this way, Morph 3, $142 million. Who led that? Barney Cole. I don't know why he's not happy. I don't know what's wrong with him. He's not happy. He's not a happy bunny here at Nerdrasoft right now. I hope he doesn't quit. I'll be kind of annoyed if he does. I'll be honest. I will genuinely be quite annoyed if this guy actually quits the company, because we kind of need him. Oh, wait, who are you? Oh, you're with the 2D team. Who has been with this company for the longest? That's a good question. I mean, obviously the founders, but I'm curious. Years with company. 30 years. It is. It's 2010, isn't it? So we've been here 30 years. Wow, okay. Sanford. I forgot about Sanford Stevenson. Oh, what a lad. He's been here this whole time. And then we got a bunch of people that can be educated too. That's... wow. The fixers could be educated quite thoroughly there. Can I go and look at the fixers and look at their HR management? So best roles don't change. I'm trying to figure out no employees ready in selected specializations. Don't change roles. Hired for best roles. I want to train the fixers in other things. Like if I go to you, like Christy right here, if I educate you, like you've got some systems, you've got some arts, you've got some supports. There's a lot of people that could be educated, and I kind of want to open things up a little bit and just let them be educated in anything, because then eventually we just end up with a bunch of super developers that can do everything, right? That's kind of how that works. I don't know if that's really how that works, but I like to imagine that's how that works. It'd be nice if it was. Oh man. Update for Sniffer 2, marketing for Sniffer 2. Okay, so 1.1 million actually is not bad there. Got some bugs and some support for Sniffer 2 going on there. That's okay. And we have, of course, man, April this year. We've got, wait, why is this? I've just realized, why is... So you're going into that. I don't know why Hell Fortress is still queued actually, but it's fine. We've got another game going out in April. We were fined $1.8 million. That's probably fine. We'll deal with that throughout the year. I'm most interested in what we can do with this phone. You know, that's what I want to see. I do also want to see this design point thing go up so we can deal with more for it. I want to see more things go out. I want to see the company continue to make money. I really want hardware. That's kind of the big thing right now. And also this Morph update, that really needs to be finished. Now, annoyingly, a lot of companies are canceling their digital distribution deal with me. So I think what we're going to need to do is we're going to need to go and start working on this new platform. So it is just going to be V. It is just going to be the 5th Vapor. It's going to run on the store. It's going to be sourced there. Barney can lead this. I guess that's fine. And we're just going to give it everything. I mean, it's not going to have remote streaming, which is not available until tech level 2010. Okay. So if I have a look at research and I look at networking, can I wonder, can I research this? If I give this to my networking guys, I mean, we'd probably need a legal team to actually patent that, but if we could, it'd be kind of great if we could do that, because then we could get remote streaming in here as a unique feature for V. So let's actually prioritize this for my network team and see if they're actually capable of doing this. Hopefully it's not it looks like it's going to be a long process. I am not sure. I'm not so sure about that. I guess my network team is going to be quite busy on some things. I don't want to necessarily make V until I feel like I'm in The Boys. If you've seen The Boys, you'll know what I'm talking about. If you haven't, then you don't. But I don't want to make V until we are kind of in the place where we can give it all of the features at this point. Let's do a print job here. And let me look at manufacturing for you. What do you need? Okay, yeah, we cannot take that. We have no console manufacturing, so we'll go ahead and reject that. Absolutely no way we're doing that. And I guess what we'll also do is I'm going to take another couple of jobs here. Very low income, but if I do this, what I can do essentially is just get some bonus cash, because you know it's a very short contract and essentially it's very easy to do. So it's going to boost my my business reputation, which is kind of what I need to do. So let's accept this, and let's take the logistics application as well. And we should be able to do both of those in essentially no time at all. Yeah, so that's pretty quick right there. Let's develop and let's prioritize, and then we'll promote this guy into it's just an art project as well. So promote and finish. It's outstanding quality. We're almost a 5-star company, so we'll get this one going. We have plenty of time to do it, but we'll go ahead and just get it in development anyway. And that works out kind of nicely. So it is a little cheaty, I think, to do these really low tier contracts, but I'll be honest, if it gives me business reputation, it gives me business reputation, and that's all I'm really interested in. So it works for me. It gives me business reputation. That's all I want. I'm quite happy with that. Now we have some more deals. We have some print jobs. We can absolutely take those. We have some hosting as well. We'll take all of them. We can absolutely just do all of them. It's not like we can't keep up with printing. We have all these printers in here. We have the printers in the towers, so we're doing okay there. And this guy, oh, actually, the Morph update's done. Still a lot of bugs there, but we'll push the update out to keep people happy. And then this guy is ready to promote and finish. And it was inadequate quality, which is fair enough. My business reputation didn't really go anywhere with that one. Oh no, this is exciting. We're being offered $207 per copy of this cell phone. We can absolutely do that. Let's go ahead and take that contract and assign it to our assembly line. We can very easily do that in a single month, I'm pretty sure. So that's going to put all this stuff to work, which is great. It's also great that this is actually just working in general. I was slightly concerned it wouldn't, but it is, you know, everything's moving around, everything's doing what it needs to do, so that's good. As for everything else, we do have a contract down here at the bottom, which is coming along. It could be a bit better, but I think we'll just push it into development, and we'll try and max it out for the best quality possible, because I would like to be a 5-star company. I would also, I guess, like to see if we can do a new platform. So remote streaming, it's just not going to be available until the 2010 tech level. And that bothers me. It really, really bothers me. I'm assuming someone's researched it before I have. There are also, apparently we got robbed at one point. Let's restore that. There are some issues with 3D artists on Morph 4 and things like that, but that's fine, I guess. I'm wondering if 3D artists on Morph 4 is to do with this update. Actually, thinking about it, we really should get some more update teams, because the fixers are having issues. We're also seeing a lot of companies jump ship away from my digital distribution platform, so if we could fix that, it would be great. Oh, I forgot Roaster Coaster 4 was coming out this month. Let's have a look at it. Is it any good? Releases Great, ordinary. Ugh. Okay, well, that's worrying. Roaster Coaster 3D Online was quite successful. Roaster Coaster 4 better be. It absolutely better be. Let's get 75,000 copies maximum on that one. And updates will be handled automatically as well. But I do think we need to get... I think we need to get some actual new update teams in here. And possibly for, you know, game updates, tool updates, hardware updates. We might want to look at things that way rather than how I've been doing it. And we do have some rooms here. We have this empty room, all of these empty rooms. And we have some empty rooms down here as well. So we could absolutely get some additional teams in here. And I think what I'm going to do is actually just ever so slightly expand this space, if it's going to let me do that, which it might not until I get rid of the good old pillar that we have there. And I'm going to do the same here as well. I'm going to, actually, no, I'm not going to do that because you can see the splitters through those. So we'll just leave it like this. And I guess, well, I guess we just need more people. I guess that's kind of where we're at. But before we do that, I do want to see how Roaster Coaster happens to do. I'm really curious to see if something that's only great and is just ordinary, I hope it's good. So it's at minus $2,378,000, and it's going to go to, okay, actually. It actually nearly made money. That's acceptable. I'll take that. I will absolutely take that. So it might happen to turn a profit at some point. Not 100% sure that it will, but maybe. There's definitely a chance on that one. And also looking at it, this contract down here at the very bottom is technically done. So we'll promote that and we'll just finish it. And it was inadequate, which honestly I'm not too worried about. I know my business reputation didn't go up, but to be quite honest, I would like to prioritize other things than contracts right now. I really think we need to reconsider how we're doing supports and updates and all of that. And I guess we should also take a look and see, has, no, remote streaming. I'm not going to touch digital distribution again until remote streaming is a thing. So I think, I mean, how much money are we making from digital distribution? I think, let's see, distribution is here. I mean, it's kind of hard to see. So digital store cut is that, digital store that, physical store cut. I mean, essentially we're not making money. So I'm just going to close our platform. We're just going to get rid of Vapor and we'll sign up with these guys who have 21% market share. And that's fine. I think we'll just kind of leave things, you know, we'll close Vapor and in a few years time come back with something else. We also have another game coming up, Hell Fortress 2 in February 2012. Interesting. Commander Stabby Face 2 is queued to go into alpha. That's kind of cool, I guess. We have a lot of stuff. We have so much stuff going on there. Tools, still a lot of stuff going on there as well. Yeah, the fixers are just so busy. It's ridiculous. It is ridiculous how busy those teams are. So that's the current bottleneck at Nerdrasoft, is the post-launch support. And especially considering I also have the fixers and the other guys working on porting all of my software as well. So we really need to do something about that. And so I guess we can go ahead and leave it there for today. And we can be, well, we can rest assured that next time we're going to be very busy getting a whole bunch of additional support teams. So thank you very much for watching, everybody. It's been an absolute pleasure, as always. And as always, I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.